Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you on the countdown to the big January 11th, 2016 Monday Night Raw. The big thing, the big hook for Monday Night Raw, of course, is going to be Brock Lesnar, who is going to be making an appearance in WWE's Monday Night Raw live from New Orleans. They're not really giving a whole lot away about what Brock Lesnar is going to be doing there. Even if you go to the Raw 5-point preview, basically they say that this is coming from New Orleans. So is he just coming back to gloat and sort of show the Undertaker that he is the one that ended Undertaker's streak at WrestleMania 30 live at the Superdome, or is he going to be playing off the big Vince McMahon announcement that Roman Reigns will be defending his World Heavyweight Championship against 29 other competitors at the 2016 Royal Rumble match? Definitely Brock Lesnar looks at himself as a guy who never lost the championship. He was never pinned. He never submitted at WrestleMania 31 when Roman Reigns was pinned by Seth Rollins, and then definitely when he built himself up to getting his rematch, he was not beat there either, seeing how Undertaker chose that moment to come into the ring and attack Brock Lesnar, and the referee as well as Seth Rollins just sort of vanished. They teleported to the back and were never seen of again. I guess that Rollins just would have grabbed the championship and took the moment to run away, seeing how basically the spotlight went on to Undertaker versus Brock Lesnar. They did have, their big feud of their SummerSlam match as well as their Hell in the Cell match to cap off their feud. Who knows if they're going to go into another match of Lesnar versus Undertaker. Definitely the matches have lived up. I saw a lot of people voting for Undertaker versus Brock Lesnar at the Hell in the Cell as one of the Slammy Match of the Year candidates. So definitely that is a match that a lot of people remember as being one of the best of the year. Who knows if they'll want to sort of have Undertaker in his last match, I guess you can't put the win back on the column. But definitely they could be looking at trying to give Undertaker a big win on the way out the door. I think definitely a lot of people think that this year's WrestleMania will be Undertaker's last. So maybe if they do Undertaker versus Brock, we'll see what happens. But Brock Lesnar, inserting himself into the Royal Rumble match, it doesn't matter what number he comes out, if it's number 1 or number 30. Definitely this guy is a favor to win it all. So we'll see what goes down tomorrow on Monday night. They're not really giving us a whole lot, but Brock in the building always makes Monday Night Raw a little bit more enjoyable. As we move on from the Brock Lesnar match, there still is Roman Reigns, and what is this guy going to do? I think that he's been sort of painted into a corner. I know that you had to announce the Royal Rumble to sort of build up the championship was going to be on the line, but now what does Roman Reigns do for the next few weeks to build up the Royal Rumble as champion? You can't really insert him into championship matches, so is he just getting to be, sort of just put in tag matches where it's like Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose going up against Sheamus and Alberto Del Rio? Those kind of things doesn't really make a lot of sense. I know that probably I think they do really care about the rating. I was about to say they don't really care about the rating. They care about people subscribing to the network and thinking the Royal Rumble is going to be a big deal, which then leads into WrestleMania being a bigger deal because people cared about the Royal Rumble. But it sort of puts Roman Reigns on ice. And I don't know, maybe he's going to go up against the Social Outcasts or something like that, where it's Roman Reigns and Dolph Ziggler going up against, not Bray Wyatt. He's not there. Bo Dallas, Adam Rose, and the other jokesters that are inside of that group. If you watched on SmackDown, we saw Hunico in one of the matches that were not announced as one of the co-main events of the SmackDown's move to the USA. But Hunico getting a big surprise win over Alberto Del Rio. Hunico is a guy that a lot of people thought maybe is going to be that new Rey Mysterio that a lot of people have been talking about. Hunico got the biggest surprise victory during the WWE World Heavyweight Championship tournament that took place on the way to Survivor Series, beating Ryback in the first round, setting up a tournament match between Hunico and Alberto Del Rio on SmackDown, where he wasn't able to get the win there, but definitely John Cena bringing out Hunico, getting a non-championship victory over the champion on SmackDown. Even though Alberto Del Rio hasn't defended the United States Championship a lot, this is his first loss since coming back to the company at Hell in the Cell when he answered John Cena's open challenge, and went on to become the United States champion. So I'm guessing that with no John Cena, and that was the proposed match for the Royal Rumble, was Cena versus Del Rio. I'm guessing that more than likely it's going to be Hunico versus Del Rio for the United States Championship, and that'll take place at the Royal Rumble, especially with Sin Cara being injured and being on the sideline for who knows how long that shoulder is going to be hurt. Also we got Owens going up against Ambrose. They had their Intercontinental Championship match that was held on the USA Network. Honestly, it was a good match, but the fight will still go on. It was nothing that solved it. So looking to build on Ambrose versus Kevin Owens. And then we also have Becky Lynch, who almost became the new WWE Divas Champion if it wasn't for the interference of Charlotte's dad, Ric Flair, who was on the outside. It's almost like he's going to be in Charlotte's corner from here on out. I know that Mick Foley has said that he wants to manage Becky Lynch and try and be the extra help that she needs to overcome Ric Flair on the outside. But, they're more than likely going to be having a match at the Royal Rumble as well. If you remember, at last year's Royal Rumble, it was like the weird teaming of, I know that, wasn't it Paige and Natalya against the Bellas or something like that, which led to AJ finally coming back? And I don't know, it was a weird not to have a Divas match on the pay-per-view, just having a Divas tag. It was almost like watching an episode of SmackDown, but Teddy Long was in the house. That's about all you get from me, guys. So, Monday Night Raw coming up tomorrow night. Gonna be a big one. I'll be watching live, so we'll see. Big things on the way to the Royal Rumble.